All right, I'm gonna start by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, 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 Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles, great millstone, and honors and salutations, sincere Akim, laboring in his truth and sincerity without wavering. And this show, we're gonna call it not a holiday, but a hell day is coming, you know, to Babylon, to America, which is Babylon the Great. Because people there's one scripture that Apostle Gabal quotes, been quoting for decades. I can remember one of his favorite scriptures, in Isaiah, where the Lord said that the people should dwell in gross darkness, right? And if that ain't so true at this time, people are in, and even with all, you would think with all the information that's out, right? Like, you go back a few years ago, decades, the information that's out now obviously wasn't out back then, right? Because it wasn't time. Now we're in a time all this information is out and people are still more asleep than ever. And they're willing, like the scripture speak about being willingly ignorant. And a lot of these people are willingly because they're in that cipher spirit where ignorance is bliss. They don't want to know. you know, oh, the world is about to come to an end. I don't want to know. I just want to party and have a good time, celebrate Christmas, and and hope for America and all this stuff, and raise my kids and make sure that they have the strong education and leave them with some foundational wealth, generational wealth, so that they don't have to go through the sufferings I went. I don't want to know the truth. I don't want to know about the Lord coming, and that's the mentality of these people, man. So that's why. Well, hold on. I guess we're gonna start there real quick. Um, First Thessalonians, and all these scriptures are scriptures that we constantly go over through the spirit power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and it's significant for the times right now, man, because of what's gonna come is gonna really fuck these people. Are gonna be fucked up as if they couldn't be fucked up anymore. Oh yes, because it's gonna get a lot worse than what's happening, man. Shit's gonna be turned upside down, like over there on Palestinians, which those ain't our people, so it's it's not like it's our concern, you know. But just as an example, they're in some hellish conditions right now. And the rest of the world's gonna feel it, man. And see, and that's nothing still compared to the onslaught that came upon our people, man. When this devil came and took us down, and people be forgetting these things, man. People have short-term memories, or they don't have no memories at all. Really, they don't remember shit, man. That's why Jake just got to be destroyed, man. But anyway, it says, but of the time, Salakia. First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. See, these are things that we know perfectly. So when we see all these different situations happening over there, still over there in the Ukraine, over there in Syria, they still got stuff going on over there throughout Africa, even down in Haiti, down in Argentina, the South American countries. You got all kind of turmoil happening, and then over there with them rats, right over there in our land, we know that these things are going to lead to war, even though they might be small little scrim on this side of the earth, because this is really happening in real time in those countries. So that whole spirit of war is spreading throughout the whole world, and America is going to be touched. That's what it's speaking about in Isaiah, uh, the 47th chapter. All right, Isaiah 47. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Who you think that's speaking about? That's not talking about ancient Babylon, man. Ancient Babylon, which would be, I guess, Iraq, if you will. That's not Babylon the Great, what the scriptures are speaking about in Revelations. All right, but a lot of people who claim to know the Bible can't see that because why? The Lord ain't dealing with them, man. Or some of them see it, but they're paid to. You got a lot of people that have sold out and are paid to look the other way and say things ain't what they are, even if they know that they are what they are. So it says, "O virgin daughter of Babylon," and a virgin is like a young woman. A young woman hasn't experienced, you know, uh, uh, having sex and stuff in that sense. Not that a virgin necessarily always mean a woman without a sex that hasn't had sex, should I say? But this is symbolic, right? You got to remember the Bible speaks in parables. That's why when the Lord taught, he taught in parables. Because why? This word, and people don't get that when Yahushua spoke, he purposely spoke over people's head. To the point, Matthew 13:9, the disciples, they didn't know at first. So they was, Yahushua perceived that they was, simple why he was doing it. Then they asked him, why are you speaking to the people in parables? And he broke it down. He said, it's not. Matter of fact, go right back. We're going to jump around. Get up out your seat and jump around. All right, Matthew 13:9. It said, who hath ears to hear, let him hear. It says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, and those was other Israelites too, other so-called niggas, because we are the Israelites. There's no denying that. Even if Jake being all simple and stupid out there and calling themselves all this other, they're the Israelites, but they're the rebellious Israelites, man. So you got the elect Israelites, and then you got the rebellious Israelites. You got the 1/3 of the nation of Israel that's going to be delivered, and you got the 2/3 that's going to be destroyed. But now the disciples was like, why are you speaking unto them in parables? He answered and said, excuse me, unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. That verse says a lot right there, man. That shows you that the Lord doesn't love everybody. He's not dealing with everybody. Everybody's not going to know the truth. Only the people that it is given to, which is what? The men of the Lord, the disciples, the men that were chosen, right? And you can see why, because the majority of the people don't have what it takes anyway, because to be a man of the Lord, there's qualifications, which I guess you could say that's a lesson within itself, right? There's a qualification. It's just a couple that I'm thinking of off the top, I'll just quote the scriptures, but one, you can't be lukewarm to be a man of the Lord. You can't have 1 foot in the world, 1 foot in the truth. I'm serving the Lord, then you serving the devil, right? Here it is, you believe in the truth, but you believe in this world. You still trying to secure a future for your children here in this world. You can't do that. You can't play both sides of the fence, pardon me. So that's one characteristic, which means you got to be on fire, right? And they all tie in. Then the scripture says, give diligence to make thine calling and election sure. Not everybody's diligent, man. You got people, again, like I said earlier, people that really just don't want to know, because ignorance is bliss, because it's easier. It's easier, to really deal with getting the understanding of the truth, and search, because the scripture said, seek ye out of the book of the Lord, search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life. So people don't want to sit there and read, the Lord's word and read the scriptures and learn. First of all, you got to be taught. So people don't want to humble themselves and come up under the teachers that the Lord set up. Then they don't want to do the work. They don't want to study to show themselves approved. They'll read a certain point, but they're not going to go deep and, or debating their cause, or they're not going to sit there and, listen. Well, they want, because it's easier to believe a lie. That's what it is. It's easier to be wicked than to be righteous. It's harder to be righteous. It's harder to be honest in this society, this backwards, wicked kingdom that we're in. You see? It's harder to search for the truth. So people don't want to do it. So that's why they don't qualify anyway. All right? And then a lot of people, another qualification of being a man, and again, there's characteristics that make up a man of the Lord. A man of the Lord, first of all, John, what is it, the 3rd chapter, where the Lord said, he that the Lord sent speaketh the words of the Most High. So you got to be speaking the word of the Most High. Everybody's about their self in this society. Speak their own opinion, and everybody's opinionated. Now, everybody's a philosopher, right? Then, another characteristic, right? We're in Luke the 14th chapter, where the scriptures tell you that he that hateth not his father, mother, brother, sister, brethren, children, yea, even his own soul, is not worthy to be my disciple. So in this society, everybody is so self-centered and emotional, and I put my kids first. I always love my mother. I always love my grand. So they love their children, their mother, more than they love the Lord. So they ain't qualified to be a man of the Lord, but they'll sit there in front as if they are, right? And then further mislead people. So that's why the Lord is just bringing that hammer down, man. But anyway, the Lord told the disciples, because they were, they wasn't on the level yet while the Lord was with them. And he told them, he said, look, after I leave, that's when the Spirit's then you're going to understand. So it's a time when the Lord brings forth the understanding. But at this time, so they asked him. And again, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. All right? Meaning what? The rest of the people outside of the elect, the chosen people. It says, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given. Meaning whoever is really of the elect, whoever has his truth, the Most High is going to give him the understanding, and he's going to increase, right? Scripture speak about increasing in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because wisdom should be the stability of thy time. So that's why that's important. It says, and he shall have more abundance, meaning what? The Lord is, here it is, you're going to go on levels, and through the longer you in this truth, you truly in the truth, you learn that you grow on different levels, and it comes through way of being rebuked, way of being reproved, way of being corrected, okay? Way of putting that work in, being diligent. When you see the apostles teach through the Spirit, one is a gift and a blessing the Lord gave them, but two is through hours of work, hard work, spiritually hard work and dedication. All right, getting all and the rest of the other leaders and elders and the brothers in the camp. All right, that's the Lord put that spirit on brothers to be very diligent and see. Whereas a lot of even other Israelites, they lacked in being diligent. They didn't want to. They just want to hold on to whatever somebody told them or some old information, even if it wasn't true. You understand? And the scriptures tell you got to search out the scriptures, man. Even when we came in, when we first came in, that was one of the edicts. Don't believe me because I'm saying it. You do your own research. You see? But a lot of guys don't want to do it, but because it's not for them, because they're not of the elect. It said, but whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. So that's why you see guys fall off, because really they're not a part of the elect. And they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So you see them one minute teaching that they're Israelite, then the next minute they're teaching madness, man. Some dudes don't went straight up full Momo, okay? Or homos. Fuck it, I'll say it. Right? And that's just the truth of it. Some went back into witchcraft. Niggas done left the truth for all kind of stuff, man. Because why? They couldn't endure. They didn't have what it takes. Again, it's easier to be wicked. But the thing is, now it's another package deal with that. You leave the truth. Now you're going to have even more demons and spirits on you. And you see these guys, man. Like the brother sent the picture of Element 7D. All right. And you would think, maybe he just living his best life. Nah, man, I looked at that picture. That dude has so many. He's almost got probably the legion of demons on him, man. You can see his soul's been tormented. He ain't never, I don't know. He'll probably front and say, I sleep good. I drink my green tea and this, that, and the third. But no, the truth of the matter is he stopped doing this thing. And then he was gainsaying, right? And then he was scoffing behind the scene and linking up and, and the picture that, the Most High could do that. He said choosing his delusions. And this was a guy that, he claimed he knew 95% of the truth before he came in. So you see, that's an example of watching those proud state. Watch with your tongue, man. Watch your mouth, man. A lot of you brothers, man, and myself included, practice humility. Practice how to let your words be few, especially when you're around, elders, man, the apostles and the other great men of the Lord. You understand? No, it's an art, man. And see, that's just an example. All right, but anyway, let's go back to where we was at, Isaiah 47th chapter. So I'll start the first verse. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. So that's speaking about America, man. All right. And when it says sit in the dust, which is twofold, you can look at it twofold. Dust represents, of course, confusion, a confused state, right? That's why the Lord put that curse upon the serpent, which is Esau, right? And they, when you read in Job the 30th, it breaks down how they were brought down low in a confused state and basically couldn't even speak and was in the caves. And then also represents the destruction that's coming, because after after the missiles drop, right? Just like they said in Oppenheimer, the next war, how you say, will be fought with sticks and leaves or whatever, because after the Most High throw America down, it's going to be nothing but, actually, America's going to be a desert, the scriptures tell you, when you go back into the 14th chapter and the 13th chapter of Isaiah. So, but now when it says a virgin daughter of Babylon, because again, all these conflicts and these different wars and stuff, you have so-called certain things happen, which they're really, what do you call it? Wars created by the government, so to speak, right? Such as this, they set up that so-called 9/11 thing and these, what do you call it, false flag shootings where they set up these shooters and this, that, and the third. But I'm talking about actual war conflict breaking out, like what's been happening over there in Pakistan, you know, like what's happening in Haiti. And there's mercenaries that they ready to unleash on certain people, man. See, you gotta remember, there's parts over here America's gonna be touched. America, the innocence of not having no major war or whatever, the so-called being established or whatever, it's gonna, that civil war. I think they got a movie called Civil War coming out, if I'm not mistaken. They had a Avengers. They made that, but that's real. It's getting back to that because that's the prophecy. So that's why we're supposed to push prophecy, man. We're living in a time of prophecy. Every time you turn on the news, you're seeing nothing but the prophecies of what? Of the Bible, which is the prophecies of the end of this world, the end of this society, which is going to bring forth the beginning of the new society. And that's what we're waiting for. Overall, we're waiting for the beginning of the new society, which is our rulership, Lord willing that we endure and continue. See, we got to continue. We got to keep pushing because them demons going to come down even harder. They're going to sit there, we're going to, as we say, we're going to be publicly ridiculed. People who you might have thought was tight with you or family members or whatever the case is going to want to separate themselves from you and this, that, and the third because they don't have the faith. They don't have the spirit. They don't have that character. They're of this world, you see? So, hey, you just got to be prepared and stay prayed up in the true spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? It says, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, meaning what? The good old days, apple pie, that shit is gone, man. All right, you're going to have, all kind of different, they talk about the pocket nukes and different terrorist attacks that are proposed to happen. But look at, even before that, which is worse than that, is what? The famines that's coming. And so now, and I got an article, too, I'm going to showing you about how the Mosai is here, man. He's coming because there's things happening that people don't understand. Like, again, these different wars, and it's a reason why. Because a lot of people say, well, why do you watch news for overseas, Euro news? And one, they tell you way more, even though look, man, them big nose, small hat motherfuckers own it all, right? They own every goddamn thing. But the Most High controls them. And then it tell you in the book of Psalms, the 64th chapter, that the Lord is going to make their tongue fall upon themselves. So the Most High put it on this devil like here it is with the Balfour Declaration and all these different information showing how they basically came and took over that whole land, took us out of there, stole our identity. It's all scripted, and the Lord made them document it. The only thing they can do now is try to say, "Oh, fuck," what they say, damn, they have these different Snopes and all this where they shit. Basically, they say, "Oh, yeah, that's false news. It's not valid or whatever." I can't think of the term off the top, And then they set up these other different plants and everything to try to distort the true message or the true information of they stole everything. They established themselves because they were given the power, being the devil. It was the time for the devil to rule. So that's how they were able to grab hold of everything, the world's riches, the control over the people, the mind, and the enslavement of the people, and they're behind all of it. They're behind all of it. See, the thing is it's the end of the Wizard of Oz, man. At the end, the curtain lifted up, you seen it. It was over, and you look at it, it's crazy because you would be thinking the most powerful men, you'd be thinking like, damn, these gotta be some real heavy hitters and shit, some real gangster, barbaric type fish. You look at me some old, fragile, old Edomite, these Rothschilds and stuff like that, man. You be like, huh, this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? The Rothschild, those so-called monarchs, which they stole that from us over there in England and Britain. You like, these motherfuckers? And that's why if you got a sin, you be like, damn, we must have fucked up for the Lord to allow these pieces of shit, wretched pieces of shit to be over us. Because they ruling over us. Ain't no doubt about it. They done took us down. They took everything. All right? They took our women. And remember, the woman is our glory. They took our women. But I mean, right now, they can have them motherfuckers, man. Because we in a day and age where a white woman looks better than a black woman, man. The white woman has surpassed the nigga woman. All right? And it's not even close. Okay? And I'm not talking about trailer park trash. You got a lot, and some of them, I'm telling you, man, I was down in PA by Penn State, man, there's a lot of motherfucking natural farm farm big booty Edomite snowflakes around, you know? So again, that's just to show you how far we fell. Okay? But reading on, it says, take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the lay. So that's the sign of that was the Lord basically through the prophecies. That's the documentation of the demise of America. You know, the demise of this society, because at one time they were living, going to what they called it, was the Roaring Twenties and the 30s, and that's when they had all them shows, Happy Days, going into 40s, 50s, and all that, right? But then it came to a point, where they basically everybody had to work. You got the women going out working. All right, everything is about grinding, and even this day even more so. All right, if you got a household, whoever lives in the house got to work. All right, the father, the mother, the son, the daughter, the cat, the dog. Everybody gotta go out there and work and grind. So we're at the social decline, the economic decline, and again, that's what these other different wars and everything. Because remember, wars are all about money and ripping people off, and and making more money and depleting the population of the earth, right? The culling of the people. They serve different purposes with this devil while he does what he does, which the Most High set him up and allow him to do these things. But now they also have an effect, like the conflict over there with these rats and the conflict over there with Russia, the Ukrainian, which is another group of rats. They all relate. They all the same, devil, Amalekites. But the thing is, those play a part into why you're paying fucking $20 for a half a dozen of eggs and things of that nature. All right, people want to talk about investing in chickens now. You got, I'm talking in the States. That's normal in the country, but in the city, you got niggas with, I think they even passed a law to let you have. I think it was against the law to have roosters in certain places. Now you can have roosters and chickens and shit like that. But that shows you shit is changing, and a lot of those things have to do with it. Like, matter of fact, let me just read this article now. And this is from the Indian Express. It says, Iran threatens Mediterranean closure over Gaza without saying how. So, you got to know that Iran, they're sitting there watching this, and Israel already said years ago they're going to attack Iran whenever they want to attack them. So you think Iran got missile cities, which is all prophecy. And y'all know who provided them, the bear, which you go to Ezekiel the 38th chapter, be thou a garden, right? So, and that's why it's a reason why they didn't roll up. See, it's like kind of like a bully. You know what I'm saying? A bully know who, and that's how Esau operate with his different parts of his different governments. The small hats, America, the United States, these different branches of their government. They know which countries or whoever they could push and bully and get away with for a period of time. Only thing they might do is get a backlash from the perspective of the world or whatever. But they know ain't no real smoke gonna come. But why you think throughout all these years they haven't stepped to Russia? They haven't stepped to Iran, right? And other countries as well that have some type of heated little situations, but they never run up in there and do that because why? The Most High, that's the prophecy. Joel, was it Joel the third chapter? Let the weak say I'm strong. Matter of fact, let me just go there real quick. Let's see, is it the third chapter? Let's see, the ninth verse, Joel 3 and 9. Yep, here we go. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. And this is talking about the actual other nations. This is not, so you gotta understand when it's talking about the actual other nations from the Israelite foreigners. This is talking about the other actual nations outside of Israel, right? These other countries. It says prepare war. And that's why you see them all doing things, making backroom deals with Russia or this country, stockpiling nuclear weapons and everything so they can stay in the game. And because remember, these other nations haven't forgot how the United States then took over the whole world and destroyed their countries and set up their puppet leaders and and just stole all everything, right? So prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Yeah, and that's why you got all these different leaders of these countries that's into this to building up their army. Where you got they got a standing army. Some of these countries, such as China or North Korea, got standing armies of millions of men. They got all kind of nuclear missiles. Okay, Russia the same. All right, Iran is the same too. They got missile cities. All right, they didn't, and that's the thing. They're saying, look, they didn't get rid of all the nuclear missiles that they were supposed to. You know, so it says, "Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near," and that's what the Lord is doing. He's bringing all of the players to the game, man. All right, because why? This it is World War III pretty much started. All right, we're at the if you will, the beginning stages, but World War III is imminent, and it's going to be on and popping, and it's going to be capped off when the Lord comes back with the holy angels, which go, I don't know if I have time to get to what is it, Revelation 16 or I think even in 19, which people talk about the battle of Armageddon, which is really what is Magad one, right? Harmageddon, meaning mountain of troops, right? Because you're gonna have all of these different forces that's going to be gathered together to fight against the Lord and the angels. You see, and they're going to get smoked. Okay, and while they're getting smoked, then the Lord is going, because the Lord, to tell you that in Ezekiel, what is it, 38, 39, the Lord is going to cause these nuclear missiles to be shot simultaneously. So again, that's been the word from the beginning, how the Most High was going to do this place, man. He's going to allow it to be established to the filthy great whore that she is now. And then at the end, he's going to burn her with fire. And that's the fire. But the Lord is going to come back and get busy. But see, there's steps to prophecy. And all the prophecies are linked in within each other. All right? But it says, let all the men of the war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. See? Which meaning what? A lot of these countries that was known for agriculture and farming and stuff like that, now they have armies. It says, and your pruning hooks into spears. Yeah, pruning hook is a farming instrument. Spear is an instrument of war. So that's why they got, all these different bombs and stuff like that. And, things are getting different, because at one time it was only really America had the big weapons, the big guns, so to speak, with the, different bombs and everything. All right. But now everybody got it. See? It said, let the weak say I am strong. So that's why they could say that now. All right. Now they could sit there, and talk that talk. They could say the most treasonous stuff. You had some of these leaders come to the UN in the United States, which we know everything is, the Illuminati and the elites, the Rothschild banking families. They got all these puppet leaders, and they control both sides of the fence, so to speak, both opposing forces. But at the end of the day, the Most High is in control. The Most High controls their hand. And there is, for the most part, especially this for the most part, there is a very great anger from all these nations, mainly against the United States. All right, against the so-called white man. And like I said, I remember, I wish if I could only find this history book I had when I was what was it, 7th grade? It was world history or something. Back then, you used to have what was it, history and economic, or world history, or whatever the fuck it was. I can't remember, but I remember that part, that it basically gave you a worldview. I remember it went into the Renaissance. That's why I learned about the Renaissance. I mean, I didn't understand the fullness, but I learned about what it meant, and I remember they had the pictures, but then in that same book, they had a little bit of information of throughout what happened throughout history, right? And then they said how America was viewed by surrounding nations. I'll never forget. They said in the Arab world, they call him the blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil, right? Then there was another country, said they called him, I think, was it China? China called him the red dragon, and another country called him the great Satan. So I remember back then, look, I said, oh, damn, everybody says that America's the devil. Basically, all these other nations, right? So that's a fact, and it's proven. All these countries, they still have, so that's why now they're all able to get to that next level, coming from a poor farming country that's been rattled and broken down. Now they got weapons and stuff. They stand up for themselves. Now they got the alliances. Because remember, the people that's even riding with America, because that's the prophecy in Obadiah, they're gonna break off too. So these things are important and they're happening, and you gotta stay awoke and gotta pray for the Lord to keep you awoke, man. All right, to take whatever spirit that's hindering you off of you, man. You know, you don't want to be losing out there like the 2/3. The 2/3 lost. Some of them don't know that they lost. You know, because why? The judgment didn't come upon them yet. Just like these celebrities, entertainers, they had, 10, 20 years of decadence, of balling the hell out, doing all kind of manner of wickedness at high levels with Esau. Now Esau, I'm seeing Esau don't want you niggas no more. He don't get, he said, what I need a nigga for? I got a fucking robot that's more subservient and plus, you know what I'm saying, better than you niggas, man. You niggas are finished. Esau does that. He'll chew you up. That's Hollywood entertainment. They'll use you, chew you up, and spit you out, man. You see? And that's what's happening, man. And that's why the Lord said, what profiteth a man if he shall uh, uh, gain control sell his soul and gain control of the world, so to speak. I think that's Matthew 16, roughly paraphrasing it, right? But anyway, back to the 3rd chapter, Joel. So it says, let the weak say I'm strong, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about. And that's what's happening. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, which that's the angels. The holy angels are the mighty ones of the Lord. O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat in the Hebrew. That's basically a Hebrew name. There's no J's really in the Hebrew. That's a translation or transliteration, however you want to say, of the Hebrew word Yahweh Shaphat. All right, because the J was added and E and certain vowels and consonants was added to the alphabet. But it's Yahweh Shaphat, the Most High's judgment, which that area is over there, right there in the Middle East. Why, right, and that's why that's always been a hotbed. Because why? One, not for nothing. That's the Lord's holy land over there. All right, which the Lord gave to us. So really, them devils is fighting for something that don't even belong to them. That's where the garden that was eastward in Eden was at. That's the motherland. The scriptures tell you Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. So that's why that's the spot, man. That's kicking everything off. And then you still got other things going on around the world, over there in Asia and all them places, It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Because remember, the Lord's coming back from the east, man. All right? The Lord's coming back from the east with the chariots, man. And the Most High is telling you how he's coming. And he said he's going to judge me. He's going to put them to death. That's why I tell you, the Lord's going to come back with those so-called UFOs, and they're going to be fucking destroying these armies that are already fighting within themselves, and they're going to try to band together against the Lord, as the prophecy says. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. So we're in that time. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. And we see that to this date, man. Their wickedness is great. They done went against, transgressed all the ordinances of the Most High. The natural use of a man and a woman, they done took it way beyond wickedness, man. All this trans agendas and transmission, whatever you want to call these motherfuckers, these nastiness with the kids, everything is a demonic, man. They got the women all fucked up, That's why these women are fucking bugged the hell out, man. All right? They're bugged the hell out. You got women acting like fucking men. And a lot of the women are more masculine than the men. All right? The men are fucking, these niggas are gone, man. A lot of these niggas are either straight up done crossed over the fence, chopped their joints off and all that dumb shit, which is wicked as all hell, or they about that life, or they real feminine, real sweet, or they real super duper emotional. All right? Super duper emotional, man. Get offended over anything. When somebody's speaking truth to them, they so damn emotional, they get offended over the truth. Something that's right. But that's why the Lord is going to get rid of 2/3 of our people in the midst of this destruction that's coming. So I'm going to just, I'm going to read a little bit more of this article. Let me see. Let me jump. I'll start right here. All right. Now, this is the article again back from the Indian Express, right? It says, an Iranian Revolutionary Guards commander said the Mediterranean Sea could be closed if the United States and its allies continue to commit crimes in Gaza. See? They said crimes, because that's what it is. What they've been doing is criminal, But what they've been doing to the nation of Israel is beyond criminal. You see. But anyway, this is the thing. Some of the things that are gonna make America look bad, and a lot of these other nations are gonna join together because they see what they're doing, and that's why the Most High basically lifted up their skirt, like we was reading in Isaiah the 47th chapter. He's exposing all of their wickedness, man, all of the wickedness that they're doing. So they're threatening now. The Iranian Revolutionary Guards are saying we're gonna shut the Mediterranean Sea down. And what's important about that, which of course, everything remains to be seen, but these are just prophecies that are happening, things that you got to watch for. Now, what these all these port cities and everything deal with commerce, and the revenue that's generated from the Mediterranean Sea, I believe, is like almost $500 billion a year, not million, billion. So, that's that'd be a big blow to the economy if they were to accomplish that and halt all the different trades, and so they're saying they don't know how they're gonna how they plan on doing it. Right? See, it says without explaining how that would happen. Iran backs Hamas against Israel, and it accuses the United States of backing what it calls Israeli crimes in Gaza, which is clearly and is evident. And they doubling down, and they're firing people that even, and it's supposed to be America, right? Which we told you it's all bullshit. There's no freedom of nothing here, man. All right, you're supposed to have the freedom of speech, freedom of thought, right? To express your thoughts and everything. So you have these people working in these different prestigious colleges and this, that, and the third, which clearly a lot of the shit the United States do is hella wrong, right? But they sit there and voice their opinion, and they lose their jobs. They don't get no more calls for movies in Hollywood. They get kicked off of movie sets and stuff. No matter who they are, because it's been an agenda, man. But now the Lord is the Lord is mustering this thing together. That's why I said it ain't gonna be a holiday. It's gonna be a hell day. All right, it's gonna be a hell day that's coming, because this is all gonna lead to the World War III. All right, the increasing of World War III. This is gonna lead to it, man. You see. So it says where weeks of bombardment have killed thousands of people and driven most of the population from their homes. So they're looking to eradicate them other folk. It said thousands of people and driven most of the population from their homes. They shall soon await the closure of the Mediterranean Sea, the Strait of Gibraltar, and other waterways. Tasnim quoted Brigadier Mohammed Reza Naqvi, coordinating commander of the guards, as saying Yemen's Iran-aligned Houthi group has over the past month attacked merchant vessels sailing through the Red Sea in retaliation for Israel's assault on Gaza. 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 However you say it. It said leading some shipping companies to switch routes. So they already shaking shit up over there. And again, and I'm just talking about estimated 500. It could be even more than that. It could be almost $1 trillion. You see, that's why these devils, always was into the trade routes and everything. That's why that's been a big thing throughout the ages, man. Okay? It said the White House on Friday said Iran was deeply involved in planning operations against commercial vessels in the Red Sea. Iran has no direct access to the Mediterranean itself, and it was not clear how the guards could attempt to close it off. He says, although they spoke of the birth of new powers of resistance in the closure of other waterways. So they're going, because, they basically, they beat the devil at his own game. Esau is good for starving people out. If you do something wrong to Esau, what they do, they try to hurt you in your pockets. Like, case in point, even though, be it as it may, whatever Kanye is, a plant or just a bugged out individual, intelligent, bugged out motherfucker who speaks random truths, however you want to view it, right? But the thing is, they showed as a public example of him sitting there while, and then when he was speaking the truth about, the so-called Jays and all them, you see what they did, man. They hit him in his pocket. They dropped all the endurance. Because at the end of the day, they got to always, They're like, all right, nigga, we want you to create a ruckus and talk shit. Now you're getting too big for yourself. We gotta bring you back down to earth. You forgetting that we took you off that leash and whatever. You see what I'm saying? But that's what these devils do, man. You know, but the bottom line, all this is just leading up for destruction to America. That's at the end of the day what this is all about. And I'm gonna end it there. You know, I mean, of course, I mean, you brothers already know we in that time. We at the end. It's all about the prophecies, and we really all we got to do is just continue to teach what the Lord said and watch the Most High make a short work out of this place called America and the rest of the whole world. All right, because the sooner America is destroyed by the Heavenly Father, according to the Bible, right, it's the sooner that the nation of Israel, our people who we are, the real Israelites, will be put back in power again. Then we can really say that with kings. All right, and princesses, because our women, the ones of our women, you know, not too many of them's gonna make it, because in Ezekiel the 9th chapter and other parts tell you a lot of women gonna die. You can look at the majority of our women are not gonna humble themselves down. They're not trying to get back in order under their man. Because yeah, you got a lot of clowns out there, these niggas, but the Most High gonna get rid of all these niggas too. You're 2/3, but these women, a lot of them gonna die. All right, a lot of them is because they got their conscience seared. You know, they thinking that they could be independent, career women. They so successful in this wicked society, they have a false empowerment. You know what I'm saying? So they're not gonna make it. But there are women, or sisters, I should say, who are with men of the Lord that will make it. All right, who will make it, and daughters or brothers. And then in the kingdom, we're gonna have daughters, because remember, we don't need the black woman to bring back forth the nation. They need us. All right. But as you see, they done went to the enemy. They trying to bring back the nation of Esau. That's who these black women are, you know. And the rest of the tribes, the Latin tribes, the Native American Indian tribes, they all been done sold out or whatever. That's why they have no respect for none of us or whatever the case is. But it's okay, all right? Because the Most High got a special place for them, man. And we got more women that the Most High got set for us, man. In the kingdom of heaven, you ain't going to have to worry about a woman acting like Little Kim or any of the rest of these other female, these abominations, bold dagger bitches. Nah, our women going to be sweet, just like it said, man. They're going to be smelling good. They ain't got no STDs. They ain't going to have no diseases. It's going to be sweet, savory. They're going to be back to being the finest women on the earth. You understand? That's Isaiah the 4th chapter. Okay, so we got a lot to look for, man. Just that alone, because remember, woman is the glory. See, right now, you know, I mean, if the Most High allow you to get a piece or whatever the case is, or a few pieces, cool. But don't get, and that ain't nothing compared to what we going to get in the kingdom. In the kingdom, we really going to have real women. We could say we had a woman. This is my woman. All right, this is my wives. We're going to have more than one. All right, and guess what? There's not going to be no, you got to get a burner phone. You got to sit there and creep, make up an excuse. I was open. Nah, they going to all know what it is, and it's going to all flow together in harmony, man. You see? Because we're going to be set back as kings in this society. I mean, well, not this society, pardon me, in the next society or the next rulership. Pardon me, that was a slip. But with that, I'm going to say, Kyle Lau, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and Shalom to you, sincere Akim.